Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I am stamping and hopping with my lovely friends from the Stamp Around the UK group. They are also doing videos today and all of their links are in the description bar below. So please do hop along and see what they have made today as well. So today's theme is home decor of a winter variety. Home decor always confuses me. I'm really rubbish at home decor. Selling this video, aren't I? I like doing cards, I like doing 3D projects, but I always struggle when it comes to home decor. So I have decided to do a scrapbook page that can be put into a 12 by 12 frame and can be wall art, so you can pop a picture on it. And my idea, once I've got it finished, is to leave a blank frame where the picture goes and gift it away so that it actually becomes a Christmas present. So what I have here is I have the Whimsical Trees cling stamp set, which I have been really wanting to use but actually haven't used yet. And I have got the coordinating dies for those here. So the dies that go in this set are just there. So I've got those so I can cut out some shapes and bits and pieces. I've also got the lovely Peaceful Place DSP, which is just gorgeous DSP. It's foiled, it's greys, it's smoky slates, it's beautiful. It's Christmassy. I mean, look at it, it's just absolute beautiful paper. All stars, trees. Really looking forward to using that as my scrapbooking paper. And I've also just picked up a whole load of dies. So I've got my stitched rectangles, I have got Stitch So Sweetly, I have got the scalloped contours. I thought I could use one of those for my sort of base, my mat that the photo will go on in the end. And then to decorate it, I've also got Encircled with Beauty dies. So these are sort of like that, but I thought they would make really cute snowflakes. I've got the basic Borders dies, which are like this. So I thought I could do some fun borders with those. And I've got the artistic dies because there's a real gorgeous leaf pattern in here that I thought I might just pick up. So basically I've got every single die set I own, all the papers, and off I am trotting to try and create a scrapbook picture. Ooh, exciting. So what I've actually done is I've already looked through the paper pack. I know, plot spoiler, I've already looked through and I've picked the 3 pieces of DSP that I really want to focus on. It is this one, which is a shock horror really, because this has got a gorgeous picture on the back, but I've chosen not to use a gorgeous picture on the back and I have flipped it to this side. I know, naughty me. I've also got this one, which I just think is really grungy, really fun and really lovely. And then I've got this one here with Christmas trees on that could be cut down to 6 by 6, which is what I'm going to do straight away. And I'm going to use a 6 by 6 piece on this to get decorating. So let's get going. Oh, we had a craft retreat at the weekend and I carried my my scoring and cutting tool to it and then spent ages in my bag because my cutting tool had fell out and I had to try and find it, and obviously I hadn't put it back in properly, but the panic that I thought I had lost it, honestly I was very worried. So there's my 6 by 6 piece that's going to go on. This is going to be the base of the project. I've also got a load of basic grey and smoky slate to work with here. So this is really going to be a greys project. And it's quite fun because I love working with the grey colour tones, but actually it's nothing like my Christmas colours. So I'm very fussy in a way. I'm just cutting a mat for this, so I'm going to cut this at 6.5 by 6.5. Yeah, I'm really fussy in a way. I like pastel coloured Christmas cards and making pastel coloured crafts. I like using alternative colours for Christmas. But when it comes to my Christmas decorating, you know, house decorating and everything, I am red, green and gold. Very boring, very obvious, red, green and gold. So that's going to go on there. I'm just going to grab my Tombow and stick that down. Do you know what else I should have picked up? Because I've picked up everything else. I should have picked up my dies, my letter dies, my alphabet dies. I know where they are, so I can grab them quickly if needed, so that we can actually put a big sort of sentiment on this. I feel that would be quite a winner. But let's just stick that down there. Okay, I was going to use the scalloped contours, and I was going to use this one here for the actual picture. So let's get a cut of that, and I'm going to do that in, am I going to do that in Smoky Slate? Yeah, I feel I'm going to do that in Smoky Slate. So I'm just going to chop it in half, because I'm going to need my paper smaller so it goes through my die cutting machine. And my die cutting machine is by the side of my desk, because I'm not using the mini. I've got the mini for the small details, but this won't fit in the mini, so I need to use my my bigger machine, and it doesn't fit when I'm doing videos, so I do apologise, but I'm just going to quickly run that through. I'm just whizzing that through now, so you might be able to hear the crunch in the background. But yes, this is why in a way I've decided to gift it away, because I know it won't go with, unfortunately, my colour schemes, but the papers I have are obviously alternative and not red and greens, because like I said, I don't like crafting in red and greens that much. Come on, all you little bits. Out you pop, out you pop, out you pop. Right. Oh, look. Loads of grey snow. So, that's going to be where the picture goes. And it's whether I want the picture to be upright or landscape. No, I want it to be portrait. I do want it to be portrait. And then with this bit here, and I tell you what else we've got as well to work with. We've actually got the underside of this one, which definitely goes with all the colours. So I'm just going to cut that down. So it is 6 by 6. I'm going to cut it down so it's 5 by 3. I'm going to do it this way, so it's actually technically 3 by 5, purely because I want the trees to be facing upwards, and there are little trees on there, so that's going to go underneath up there. And now I want a square, so I'm going to go 4 inches, 4 by 6 I think. I'm literally just enjoying chopping, and this is what's nice about this sort of project. You can just chop, chop, chop away, and if you don't like the end result, it's not the end of the world. you can always chop again. The only thing you just got to be careful of is not to stick down straight away. So, where is my stamp set gone? This is the problem when I have so many things on my desk. I put them places thinking that's a good place to balance them. And then guess what happens? I lose them. Oh, they're right here. Okay, so let me just move that off to the side. That's going to be another piece that I balance and lose, obviously. And the tree that I want, well, actually, I want a few of these here, first of all. So let me grab a few of those. I also do quite like this tree as well, and I also like the little tree. So actually, let's just grab all of them out. Let's get stamping with these sort of now. And I'm going to stamp with my memento. I know I'm doing a grey project, so that's very naughty of me. I should be stamping with grey, but I actually do want to use my blends. Shock horror, I know. Use blends in everything. Love blends. Best thing that Stampin' Up ever decided to do, and that's including making stamps, was doing blends. Love them. Right, there's my basic white cardstock, and I'm just going to do that tree. I was just thinking I could let it dry and then heat emboss these bits over, but actually there's quite a bit of foil going on in the card already, so I don't think I am going to do that at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I've got my smoky slate light and dark and my basic black light and dark. So I'm going to first of all, with a smoky slate dark, do the underside of the holly. And do that on this one as well. Now, if you're looking for 12 by 12 frames, IKEA do some fantastic ones, and they are dirt cheap. And what I really like actually is they're plastic fronted, and I'll tell you why I like plastic fronted is if I'm doing these for a craft fair and I want to store the frames that they go in, it's a lot easier for me to store plastic frames. If they do get knocked, then they just get a little cut in the plastic, which I know makes them unusable, but it does mean that I haven't got loads of glass that I have to clear out that's got stuck in between projects. You know, I find glass can be really messy. Especially this glass that they tell you is sort of safety glass and shatterproof and all of those, because when that goes, it definitely does. It goes all over the place, doesn't it? So that's light and dark smoky slate. I'm going to be using the light basic black for the berries. Very gothic-y there. Okay, and I think that's actually all I'm going to do on the old colouring at the moment. So I'm just going to chop that down a little bit, and then I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine with the dies. So once again, I'm going to be pottering off to the side, not talking to you. So I'm actually going to pause it for this time. It was okay when I was running one thing through, but now I'm going to be running a whole heap of things through. So I'm actually going to just pause you and fast forward you. So that is the die for that one there. that there is the little die for that one there. And then this one here is the die for that decorative detail. I've just noticed, look at all those little baubles it's got in here. So I could have made glittery baubles. Once again, I'm not going to, because I feel there's quite a lot going on in this project, but I could have done. So now I'm just working out how that's supposed to sit. Like that. There we go, there we go. So I'm going to go and run this through the die cut machine. So I'm back, but while you were gone, I actually took some artistic liberties, I know. So I cut out my big tree, I cut out the 3 little ones, and I cut out these 3 little holly pieces. But then I went off-piste and I went for these 2 trees, and I did 2 of each. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2 in smoky slate. And then there was this little die here that had 5 stars on. So I ran that through twice, and now I've got myself 10 little stars. They're just there. I thought about turning the camera back on to tell you what I'd done, but I'd already done it by that point. So there is one of the trees. And I just got to position where we put it. I think that might be a good place. I've got my 3 little trees. I'm going to have to balance these right, because one of them moved as I ran it through the die cut machine, so it's just not that even. So I feel they need to go sort of like that. I've got these holly pieces. And then I've got these trees that I want to put on as well. Sort of a little bit like that. And then my stars are going to go up here. So I just need to get sticking now. The fun part, right. So I'm going to start off by sticking the bits together that need to be stuck together. So that one there is going to stick to that one. Which in turn is going to stick to that one. Or is that one going to stick behind them both? That one's going to stick behind them both, actually. There we go, quite like that, like that. So that's going to stick like that. I'm going to pop that to the back. That's going to stick on there like that. That one on there like that. Those 2 I'll bring back in a minute, and I know where these corner ones are going. So I'm just going to stick all my mats on now. So starting off with this piece here. Okay. And then this one on here. Very handy to have Tombow for this, because it's repositionable and because it takes a couple of seconds to dry. You can actually just balance it quite nicely, and then you can jig it around if needed. See, I've got loads and loads of dies out. I've hardly used any of them. I knew I'd do that after I'd spent time searching and going through my collection, but it's always helpful for a video just to have them on hand in case you do need them. There we go. Here's my photo mat. I've actually decided, see, this is why you have the opportunity to rejig. I've decided I want it landscape. Awkward as ever. And there we go. The next bit is we've got these little stars. But what I want to do quickly is just measure this. So I'm thinking 4 inches by 3 inches. So I've got my post-it notes. And I want to pop a little marker pen note on here. Place photo here, and it's 3 inches by 4 inches. I'll pop a smiley face for whoever it is who receives it. Always nice to receive things with smiley faces on, I think. Right. So I've also got all my little stars. So I'm just going to pop, this is where the fun is, I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of each one and stick them up here to make a starry, starry sky. The messy part. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stick these, because you've got the idea of them. So I'm going to stick these down and then wash my hands because my hands get gluey. And I'll see you back here in a couple of seconds. Okay, so all my stars are stuck and my hands are all washed, because whenever I use Tombow like that, I get into a right royal mess. So next up is the sentiment, and I've already chosen it. It's "May the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart," because I just love that. So I want that. And I want to pop that onto here. And again, I'm going to want to cut it out. So I'm going to go this time with the Stitched So Sweetly dies. And I'm going to want to do it with that size. And then I want the size up because I want to mat it on to basic grey. So first of all, let's get the stamping done. And I'm going to do the stamping in basic grey. So I know I did the rest of the stamping in Memento, but this one is actually going to be in basic grey. Grab a block, ink it up, stamp it down. I just love that sentiment. I think it's lovely. May the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart. I just think that's a really nice sentiment. So I'm just going to run that through the Big Shot. I will be 2 seconds. I'm not going to pause you. I am getting a bit worried. I've paused you twice and I'm kind of panicking that I will remember that there's 3 parts of the video and not just give you a bit with a chunk out. Because it wouldn't be the first time I've done that. Right, just running that through right now. And then I'm going to do the matte in the basic grey. So it can sit just at the back of that. And there's the sentiment. the basic grey bit is there, and I'm doing it with the slightly bigger bit. So just running that through. I think this is the first time I've done a scrapbook page for my YouTube channel actually, so big thanks to the Stamp Around the UK group for bringing me out my comfort zone. Do go and check what other things they've done. We've got some really talented crafters on the group. I'm sure they've been a lot more adventurous than a scrapbook, but there we go. So I'm just going to pop that on there, grab my Tombow and stick that down. Very aware that I haven't used all the dies I said I was going to use, but really, if we'd have done that, we'd have been here all day, wouldn't we? I think I was just being very optimistic for the level of die cutting going on my scrapbook page. So that's going to go just there like that. Now it's really up to you, and up to you with what frame you've got. I know the frames that I use for my Kia are generally sort of 3D frames, you know, where they've got a block so that they don't sit flat on the glass. So I can put a ribbon on here. If you've got one that is flat, then you might struggle to put a ribbon on, but I know that the ones I buy from IKEA have generally got a gap in them. So I'm going to be okay putting a big chunky ribbon at the top. If you wanted to do a flatter ribbon, you could use this ribbon, which is just stunningly beautiful. It really is one of my favourites they've ever done, which is the glittered organdy ribbon. Check it out. But I'm actually using the big one to create me a big fat bow, and I want it bigger than that. I want it long with a tail. Okay, let's chop that straight up there. There's my big tailed ribbon. Never get to play with big ribbons because obviously I always do crafting, so I never get to play with them. I'm going to use my tape runner for this, but you could also use tear and tape. That would work perfectly, but you just want something that's really going to stick strongly. Get your bow on the paper. I'm just going to trim this side down because I haven't done it really quite even, and it is hanging off my page, which is going to get messy, so let me just take that off. And there we go. There's my scrapbook page. It will obviously have a picture on here. What I could do actually, yes, what I could do is I could cut a 3x4 piece. So let me just do that really quickly. Actually, I'm going to do 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. I might be trimming that back down in a minute, but I am going to be trimming that down. Do it 4 1/4 by 3. This is why I've used repositionable glue. Check this out. Just squish that underneath there, like that. Why should people use Tombow? This is why people should use Tombow. There we go, right. And that's fixed in underneath my repositionable bits now. So what do people need? People do need a 4, definitely 4, but it's by 4 and 2 3/4 inches. So I do need another piece of post-it note. Oh, I have to go into all of that plan. So it's place, photo here, and it's I forgot again, 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and that will then give a little basic grey frame. There we go, finished product. Very happy with that. A winter themed home decor item, so I can pop this in its frame and I can get ready to gift this for Christmas. What do you all think? Don't forget to go shopping, don't forget to go watching around everybody else's. I was getting onto my shopping thing, but do go and check everyone else's blog. And if you have liked anything I've used today, it is all available to purchase from www.SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Thank you, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. All items that I have used on this video are available to purchase from my store, www.SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Alternatively, if you would like a copy of our catalogues, please send me an email to slimandstylish@live.co.uk or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I upload regular content to this channel, so if you do enjoy watching my tutorials, please make sure that you have subscribed and rang the bell to get notifications when new videos go live. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely day.